Hello, this is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Parliament sits at 2 p.m. today. Today's session is expected to be significant, especially having taken a break to celebrate the country's 50th independence anniversary in September. The focus on the 2026 money plan is crucial. An outline of the budgetary priorities and fiscal strategies for the upcoming year is expected. The discussion may include anticipated revenue sources, allocation for public service, and potential economic initiatives. In addition, the mention of the Vagrancy Act suggests that social issues may also be a topic of concern. Discussions surrounding this act could involve considerations for homelessness, public safety, and social welfare initiatives. One person of interest is in police custody following the discovery of the bodies of 3 children at 9 Mile Cemetery, Again Corner Settlement on Sunday, October 26th. NCD and Central Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi, who visited the crime scene yesterday, stated that they are also speaking with other family members as investigation continues.
According to the crime report, it was alleged that on Friday, October 24, 2025, between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., the 3 children, all cousins, left their family home and went to fetch water in the same area in which their bodies were later found. They were alleged to have been accompanied by a female guardian. Police believe the children met their fate during this trip. Police became involved after family members were unable to locate the 3 children and reported the matter to the 9 Mile police station the same day. The search for them ended with the tragic discovery of their bodies 2 days later. Police arrested a person of interest yesterday, who is now in police custody for questioning. ACP Turi described the manner in which the children were killed as cruel.
These 3 children were naked and dying in this vehicle. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So at the first instance, I thought it's far away from the water hole or where they collect water, some 10 or 20 meters or even 15 meters, but now it doesn't make sense to me. Go deeper and check the parents, all the parents of the 3 children, the auntie and the person that sleeps inside the vehicle. And the community, I've already asked them to come forward and give us more information. The same incident and this incident is similar to Geraga, where the kids were found rotten inside the decomposed bodies inside in Jacob Kaupos yard at Geraga.
Turi urges the community and guardians of the deceased to come forward and provide information that will assist police hold those responsible. Police investigations continue. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
All 32 polling teams for Midday urban local level government elections are gathered at the district office today to address grievances before going to the polls tomorrow, October 29th. Issues include non-payment of allowances. Assistant Returning Officer Mercy Timos have the option to disgruntle polling officials to resign. Mr. Timos stressed the exercise involves voting in leaders and that they should be willing to help get the process going instead of worrying about getting paid. Other issues raised surrounding discrepancies with ballot paper allocations, saying some wards were given more papers than the voting population and vice versa. ARO Timos clarified that in such cases, 141 and 142 forms will be used to sort this out should it arise. Timos said the roll used was updated this year and there should not be any issues with that concern. Karakou District kicked off polling for 2 of its local level governments yesterday, Makeo and Karakou LLG. Security preparations for this significant event was well underway weeks ahead. The Royal PNG Constabulary tightened up security measures across all 3 districts. Kuni LG polling is underway today.
The Kairuku District local level government elections is into its second day of polling. The people of Kuni LLG are voting. 84 police personnel have been deployed to ensure peace, fairness, and transparency during the polls. Security was beefed up and distributed strategically. 46 personnel in Mekeo, 22 in Kairuku, and 16 in Kuni. District Election Operations Commander Sergeant Willie Hoiber said the deployment is part of the Royal PNG Constabulary's commitment to upholding the democratic process. Our priority is to create a safe and secure environment for both election officials and voters. We want to see polling conducted without fear, intimidation, or interference. We are working closely with the Electoral Commission, local leaders, and community elders to make sure everything runs smoothly. Our officers will be stationed at all critical points to respond quickly to any disturbance. Meanwhile, the Kairuku LLG Assistant Returning Officer confirmed that 8% to cover all 22 wards, determined to complete polling today. Community leaders are calling for peace and cooperation, reminding voters to respect election laws and allow polling to proceed without disruption. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
To overseas news. The Prime Minister says China's premier had his concerns about a potentially dangerous recent military encounter in the South China Sea after he raised a confrontation during a high-level meeting in Melanesia. Anthony Albanese sat down with Premier Li Qiang, China's second-most senior leader, on the sidelines of the ASEAN meeting in Kuala Lumpur on Monday morning. The meeting came just 1 week after the government revealed that a Chinese fighter jet confronted an Australian civilian plane in the South China Sea, firing 2 flares dangerously close to the P-8. Defense Minister Richard Marles labeled the conduct of the People's Liberation Army plane as unprofessional and unsafe, during a furious response from China's Defense Ministry, which accused Australia of distributing twisted propaganda. Advocates say since the act decriminalized personal use amounts of some illicit drugs, the territory has seen a shift towards meaningful harm reduction. But others say the drug decriminalization laws are not working as intended and have called for them to be repealed. The government will soon begin its formal evaluation of the law's success in minimizing drug use harm.
Quiet tribute honouring the lives lost to drug overdoses. Families and advocates came together at Western Park, among them Louise Hughes, who lost her partner to an overdose 10 years ago.
His death changed the course of our lives. My son lost a father he will never get to grow old with. No shared birthdays, no games of footy, no quiet chats as he becomes a man.
She says while things are improving, stigma is still stopping people from asking for help.
I think that, more people are now coming and asking for support, and when I think back 10 years ago, that is probably what my partner could not do, and to sort of make it more normal allows people to take that step forward.
The ceremony also marks 2 years since the ACT made major changes to the laws, decriminalising the possession of small amounts of illicit drugs.
What we're really hearing from the community is that they have seen a reduction in stigma, an increase in people talking about their drug use, seeking help. Whether that's going to come through in the data at this point is not entirely clear.
But some advocates say more still needs to be done.
More opportunities for people to have access to harm reduction services in the ACT would certainly make a big difference.
And the Police Association says the system is under pressure.
We were expecting it to go backwards according to the government, that this would is something that would go backwards, but what we're actually seeing is that it's increasing the workload on police officers, increasing the workload on the health system. The whole idea of these drug reforms were to minimise harm and to reduce harm, and we're not seeing that.
A common aim, but different approaches on how to save lives.
A Japanese governor says he will ask for the military to help cull birds to protect local amid a wave of attacks. Government statistics state that at least 9 people have been killed by bears in Japan since April this year, an annual record. Dozens of other injuries have been reported across the country. In the past week, Japanese media has reported a number of bear attacks, including people exercising in urban areas of Akita Prefecture, a northern mountainous area. Another bear attacked 4 people before being found in a nearby house. None of the victims were seriously injured. There have been some 8,000 bear sights in Akita this year, a roughly 6-fold increase on last year. Back home in sports, 40 netball administrators and coaches from the Hirikoara district have completed a 5-day Oceania sports education program, marking another milestone for grassroots sports development in Central Province.
Held at Bora Village from October 20th to 24th, the program was delivered by the Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee under the Oceania National Olympic Committee's education framework, with support from ExxonMobil PNG and local leadership. The initiative aims to fill a gap in sports administration and coaching, with nearly 80% of community-based sports associations in Papua New Guinea operating without formal management or technical training. Over the week, 34 administrators and 6 community coaches learned about leadership, governance, and effective communication, while others focused on technical coaching methods and player development. The program ended with a hands-on event, a full netball tournament, entirely planned and managed by the newly trained participants. The tournament provided a live platform for them to apply their new knowledge in scheduling, officiating, and post-event evaluation. Each graduate will now receive certification under the Oceania National Olympic Committee, enabling access to higher-level courses and recognition within regional sports networks. By bringing professional training directly to the community level, the PNG Olympic Committee is not only strengthening local sports governance, but also empowering more women and young people to take leadership roles in sports across Central Province. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
And that ends our midday news. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin. Bye for now.